What's up guys, I'm Newbie Dave and welcome to the Weekend Update. Let's get started. What's going on everybody? We are back in our massive cave today. Last time we built this awesome pulley down here, just purely for the fun of it. And I want to come back down to this area because the whole point of this build last time was just putting this pulley in. And I ended up putting down a bunch of torches to light up the area to prevent spawns. And I want to come back and replace those with something that looks a little bit nicer. Plus, now we've got our stairs up here, our pulley down there. We need to bring these two things together. So I want to put in a nice little pathway in here. I want to put in some better lighting and really start to kind of terraform this cave a little bit more. It's kind of odd to think about terraforming a cave because it's all just stone. And when I think terraforming, I think grass and trees and flowers and stuff like that, which I guess we could put some trees and grass in here. That would probably look nice. But terraforming really can just be like changing the environment around you, which is really what we're going to be doing today. So first thing I'm going to do is get out some cobblestone and some cobblestone slabs, and I think in my other nope, I did not bring a stone cutter or a crafting table. Let me go get those things. So yeah, first thing I want to do is I'm going to put in a path, but normally when I build paths I'll use my shovel and just turn grass blocks into path blocks, and I think that makes a really nice path. Sometimes I'll mix in like some coarse dirt, or if I want to go super crazy then I'll add in like some oak planks or something. But this is all stone and you can't turn stone into path blocks. So I'm going to do what I think is kind of a nice little compromise, something that is sort of reminiscent of path blocks out of stone. And that is going to be using some cobblestone slabs. So what I'm gonna do, this needs to be a full block. If I replace this with a slab, then I won't be able to reach my vines and get up again. So that's going to stay a full block. I'll probably, yeah, let me go ahead and turn this into cobblestone. That way it matches the rest of this path. And then I'm going to go ahead and kind of dig this path out first. And it's going to be 3 blocks wide because my stairs up here are 3 blocks wide, and I like to try to keep everything more or less consistent. And so let me start up here because I've got a little bit of it dug out now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some bottom slabs like this, and that is going to be my path. And then whenever I get to a step down like this, I will do some top slabs and then a row of bottom slabs like that. So I'm not going to use stairs. Whenever possible, I prefer stabs. I prefer stabs. I prefer slabs over stairs. I just think it's a much more gradual, gentler incline or decline than stairs are. And so we can do that here. We'll use slabs for all of our stairs, and then we'll go back to doing bottom slabs for our path. And what I like about this is it's going to be sunken down into the stone around it. And so when you look at it, when this whole thing is put in, it will be a very obvious path going through this area, even though the whole thing is going to be cobblestone and stone. Now this is a little bit interesting because it's kind of 2 or 3 rows stepping down all at the same time, but I think that's okay. I think we can pull it off with our slabs here. And then wherever possible, whenever I've got these bottom slabs that are exposed on one side, I'm going to put some stone there. I don't want any exposed slabs on the sides. I want all the slabs to either be sort of flush with the ground like these top slabs are, or to be sunken down in the stone. And again, that's to create that sort of sunken look of the slabs to make it look more like a pathway. In fact, I think I might even come in some of these spots like this and maybe actually raise the stone around it a little bit. So you get a little bit more of a sunken feeling. I don't want it to be too sunken. Like I'm not going to do like a wall around the path like that anywhere. Oh, and then looky here, we got some emeralds because we're in the mountains. I think there's also, yeah, there's some emeralds way up there in the ceiling. I might go up there and get those here soon. I don't need emeralds. I've got my villager trading hall that is keeping me stocked up with plenty of emeralds. But, you know, they're here. Actually, I may just leave them. I may put this emerald block somewhere because they can look really nice as decoration. So yeah, this is looking pretty good so far. I'm only about halfway there, but I really like how this is coming together. If you don't want the whole thing to be cobblestone, you could mix it up with some other block types. I would probably go with some other block types that have the same texture as cobblestone. So maybe like some basalt, since it has the same texture on the top, or maybe some prismarine blocks or something. That way it all kind of has the same texture, but you have different colors. That might look really nice. You know, I also need to keep an eye on where I'm going with this, because I've been sitting here sort of backing up as I work on this, and I turn around and realize I'm heading right for that giant stone column, and I want this path to be leading over to this giant pulley. So I really need to kind of start turning this thing a little bit. So I actually don't like how this section's working out. I'm just basically scooching the path over by one block each row to get over in that way. I don't like the way that's looking. So I think what I'm going to do instead is not that, make a few more cobblestone slabs because I ran out. I think I'm actually going to just carry this path out maybe 3 rows like this. That way it's 3 blocks wide. I'll go one more. And then at this point, I'm just going to do like a 90-degree turn and have the path start coming this way, like that. And then I need to put some stone around this so that it's sunken down into the floor on all sides. Yeah, I think that's going to look a lot better. That also means I need to raise the stone around it on this side a little bit more, just so I don't have this, 1 block wide wall next to it. Yeah, and I don't need to come over too far, because I don't want it to just be like 90-degree turn, go that way, 90-degree turn, now you're at the pulley. I still want it to kind of scooch over a little bit as it goes. So maybe somewhere around here, we'll do another turn. So like that, and then we'll do some steps down like this, and then go into the floor again right here. And now we're back down at ground level. And actually, I said I wasn't gonna put too much stone on the sides of this thing. I just wanted it to be sunken a little bit, but I think this might actually be a good spot to maybe have it kind of go down into the ground a little bit. Maybe raise the ground around it on both sides. Not just one. I'll do this out quite a way, so it looks like there was sort of a hill here that the stairs kind of dug down into. I think that's going to look really nice just in this one spot. I'm not going to do it for the entire path, but I think in this one location this could look really good. So there we go. Now this path leads all the way down to our pulley. It's nice, and it only steps up by a slab's height each time. And let's take a look at how this looks from above now. Yeah, look how much better that looks. It's a very obvious, intentional path leading through the cave from our base down to the pulley. And then maybe in the future we can do some builds off of this. Like maybe we'll build something over there where that zombie with the gold helmet is. Maybe we could do something over here. So we've got like a little road going through the cave now that we can start building stuff off of. Now this corner, I do like what I did here by just turning and going over a little ways and then turning and going back again. But the corners are a little bit too sharp for me, so I think I'm going to replace that one. Maybe I'll take this one out to kind of offset it, and then maybe do the same thing over here just to kind of try to round out these corners a little bit. Yeah, I think that's fine. That works. That's good. So the next thing I want to do with this section is put in some better lighting. All these torches that I put in, they were just temporary, just to block spawns for the time being. I do still want this thing to be well lit though. I just don't like the torches. So what I'm going to come in and do now is normally I will do cobblestone walls or some sort of stone wall with a lantern on top. I think instead this time I'm just going to do some cobblestone blocks like this and then put a lantern on top of that. I think that will look a little bit better in this particular scenario because we're in a cave, because we're surrounded by stone. I think this will look more like as you were building this path, you just took some of the cobblestone that you were digging up or putting in and just sort of set it off to the side and put a lantern on it. That's kind of what I'm trying to go for with this pattern. And I kind of want to alternate sides, right, left. And so let me put one maybe right here. Actually, I don't know that one needs to go on a cobblestone. Maybe because there's a big stone column here, maybe we just put it on the ground there. Yeah, I like that. So we'll come down here. I'll put another one there. Put one down here. Maybe right there is good. So I'm just going to alternate every here and there, put a block of cobblestone on the ground, and then put a lantern on top of it. And then as I do so, I can start replacing some of these torches, removing some of the torches that I put down to light this area. And then down here, we need a good transition from path to pulley. So I think right here, I'm gonna put cobblestone on both sides and put a lantern on each side. And it will kind of look like a gate or an entrance. I don't like that. I put some stone behind that, but I think I'm gonna leave it there so it kind of sticks up a little bit. Yeah, so it's kind of like the end of this path is right here, and now you transition to the pulley build. I like that, yeah, looks good. All right, so I have gone around and removed all of the torches that I put down last time. So the only lighting that I have in this cave now is the more permanent, I want it to be there, deliberately placed lighting. And as you can see, it is back to being pretty dark everywhere, which is not what I want. The reason I removed those torches is so I could see where we need to put some new lighting. Oh, and apparently I missed a few. So yeah, it's to see where we need to put in some new permanent lighting. And so for the rest of this cave, I don't want to just go around putting torches or lanterns everywhere. I don't think that looks very good. I want this area to look nice. So my immediate concern is around my stairs, around my new path, and around the pulley, you know, the places where I'm going to be going. I don't want mobs spawning in those places. So we have a couple of options. One thing we can do is come over here and kill this creeper. What we can do is, because we have stone on the ground rather than dirt, we can take advantage of the fact that stone passes through slabs, and we can actually just hide some lighting underground. So let me dig down a little bit. I'm going to put a torch in there, and then I'm going to put a stone slab on top of it. And now that area is lit up. Not quite as much as if I'd put the torch on the surface. It's basically losing 2 blocks of light by being underground, but we've got a little secret light down there now. So I think this is a good solution if you just want to kind of hide some lighting away somewhere without doing anything special. Just put it underground and cover it with a slab. Another option that's kind of similar, if you want it to be a little bit more intentional, like to say, hey, I did something here, is you can bury it underground like this and then put a trap door, like a dark oak trap door above it. It will still pass through, but now you have something decorative on top of it. Or you could do the same thing where you dig down 2 blocks and put this on the top of the block that is flushed with the floor, so that it is flushed with the floor. But you could also do something like that. That might be nice when you're a little bit closer to some other builds, like maybe down by the pulley or up here by the stairs. I might do some of these trapdoor lighting situations. Something else you can do is, I'm going to use one of my favorite lighting sources, and that is lava. I really like using lava to light areas up, especially when they're in caves or in the nether or something. I think it's a really nice natural lighting because, I mean, we come over here to our edge of the cliff over here, and down there somewhere, yeah, right down there, there's some lava down at the bottom of the caves. I mean, this isn't news to anybody who's played Minecraft for more than 10 minutes. Lava generates in caves. And so it's a good way to introduce lighting in a way that looks like it could be natural. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put in a little, not little, but I'm going to put in a lava fall, which I think is going to look really nice, especially from our little observation point over there in our storage room, but it's also going to sort of light up the area around it pretty well. So I'm going to come up my scaffolding to the top of this section. I'm going to dig out that piece right there, and I will put some lava in the cliff right there. Now this is going to flow down. I want it to spread out a little bit, so I'm going to put a piece of cobblestone right there just so it spreads out. Now I can break that. I could leave it. I don't know why I broke it, but you don't have to leave it there. Now I'm going to come collect my scaffolding before all this lava drips down and burns it up. And I picked that spot because once the lava gets down here, it should flow down into this little ravine and go down into the bottom of the cliff. And we might need to kind of massage it a little bit to get it to drip where we want it to drip. Yeah, here we go. All right, looking good. I brought a couple of extra lava buckets in case we need to add some other lava sources. Like, yeah, you see, because of how water and lava flows, it always tries to make a beeline for the nearest drop. And so it's not really filling this area up like I wish it would. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to block this off temporarily to get it to flow out a little bit more. I'm also going to put some lava back here to get it to really just fill in this whole area. And now we can knock these 2 blocks out and it should flow down a little bit more naturally. I think I'm going to do the same thing here, is maybe put some blocks in the path of the lava to get it to try to flow out a little bit more. And now I can break those. Yeah. So that's how I like to direct lava, is just block it off to force it to sort of flow out in multiple directions rather than just going the shortest path to go down. And now we've got a little bit nicer of a lava fall. I almost said waterfall. A little bit nicer of a lava fall going here. Now hopefully, I don't think I actually checked this out. Hopefully that's not going to get so close to our little platform down there that's going to set it on fire. I don't think so. It looks like it's going to land right down there. And you know what? Maybe I should go down there and make sure that there's no diamonds or something right below where this lava is about to land. I don't care if there's creepers down here. Lava can land on creepers. Yeah, so it should land right around here. Hopefully it will flow down into this nice little pool. I don't think it'll make it all the way to this pool, so I might need to do a little bit more digging down here, because I think that'd be really cool to have it flow down and then create like a little lava lake down here. That would look really nice. Oh, lava is so slow. So what's actually reaching the bottom now is the first little bit of lava that went over the ledge before I blocked it off. That's the new lava fall right behind it. Oh yeah, look at this. This is so cool. So let me go ahead and dig out a little bit of the stone that's at the extent of where the lava is reaching to get it to flow down a little bit more. Probably have to do that again. Yeah, so it's not going to make it all the way to this little pool over here, which is fine. I think it made it. I didn't want it to just land and then sort of peter out. So this is good. I like how this is spread at the bottom. So that gives us a little bit of lighting down here. It creates a really amazing tall lava fall throughout this cave. And now if we go back up to the top, whoa, and hopefully don't land in the lava. So look at how, oh yeah, look at that. Look at how well that lights up that corner without having any torches or lanterns or anything. That's really nice. I like it. So something else I want to do for lighting, and I actually meant to do this as part of the pulley build and then just completely forgot until I was done recording, and then I checked my inventory and I was like, oh wait, I still have that stuff. Because there's not much room to put lighting on this giant wheel, I put some lanterns on the outside cobblestone areas, but that's kind of it. I want to add a little bit more lighting, and so the way I'm going to do this, it's going to be a little bit, I guess, mystical. I'm going to have like some floating campfires. I think this might look really cool. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one campfire. I think I'm going to need to get my water out because I want to go down just a little bit. And hopefully not hit the, oh yeah, I think that's gonna hit the lava down there. Oh well, I can deal with that if it happens. So I'm gonna put a block right there, and then I'm going to put a granite slab on the top neighbor of that block. Now we can break the one that was below that. I'm gonna put a campfire on top of that. And then I'm going to surround that campfire, not like that. But, ooh, this may be a little bit tricky. I might need to put in a few more temporary blocks. Not slabs, because cobblestone. That's what I'm looking for, cobblestone. Ooh, okay. Let's try this a different way. The campfire is not quite tall enough to place the blocks around it like I want, so I'm going to put a temporary block right there where the campfire will go. Now I'm going to surround what would be the campfire with some upside down polished granite stairs. Like that. I'm also going to do this in the corner so we get a nice little sort of rounded lip going all the way around this thing. Yeah, it looks like the water did hit some of the lava down there, turned it into cobblestone. That's okay, we can go fix that. And then we'll just put a campfire right there. So if we back up a little bit, break these temporary blocks that we put in, now we just have this sort of floating light source out there. I think it's kind of cool. I think I built it a little bit too close to the wheel. I don't really want the blocks touching, and so maybe I'll just remove that one. Yeah, that's fine. It's mystical. Maybe it's been there for a while and cracked. Yeah, who knows, whatever. And then I'm going to do one on this side as well. I don't want them to be like matchy match. So I think what I'm going to do over here is maybe come out, not quite as far in that direction, but a little bit more in this direction, and maybe go down just a little bit more. So yeah, something kind of like that. I don't often do floating builds. I like things to be connected to look like you could actually build this there. But I think in this case, trying to intentionally make it look a little bit sort of mystical, like there's some sort of magic involved, I think kind of helps. And now we've got some extra lighting on the other side of this wheel to help light it up. And then the last thing I'm going to do for lighting is going to try to blend in a little bit more with the surrounding cave. And it's going to be a little bit more subtle. It's not going to stick out as much as like a lava fall or lanterns or anything. I want to start using some more glow lichen. Glow lichen was added in 1.17. It emits a light level of 7, which means that as a light source to prevent mob spawns, it was kind of useless until 1.18, when the rules for mob spawning and lighting changed so that mobs will only spawn in a light level of 0. Now glow lichen actually serves a little bit of a purpose, because you can place it around to just add a little bit of ambient glow to the area, and it's not really going to light things up like torches and lanterns will. And so to get plenty of glow lichen, I'm going to make a little glow lichen farm. And I know I said I wasn't going to do any farms in this base. I was going to do all my farms over at my original base, but this is such a tiny farm. I wouldn't even call it a farm. It's more like a generator. And so it doesn't really take a lot of resources, as you can see. So I'm going to set this thing up over here, kind of out of the way a little bit. Get rid of this zombie. So this thing is pretty simple to build. What I'm going to do is get out some temporary blocks like our cobblestone here, put it there. I'm going to put a dispenser right here. We're going to load this thing up with bone meal, and then I say load and then I put 1 stack in there. Put as much bone meal as you want. I'm just going to do 1 stack for now. Then we're going to put glow lichen on the front of this thing. When you bone meal glow lichen, it is going to spread to one of the 4 neighboring blocks. And glow lichen is a little bit different from other things that you can place on the side of blocks like torches or carpet or something, because it isn't technically, I guess it is kind of occupying this space, but I mean, look at this. You can have glow lichen on 2 different interior sides of the same block, which is kind of cool. And so when we bone meal this, it is going to spread. It will either spread to a neighboring block like this, if there is something next to it. If there's nothing next to it, then it will just like wrap around to the other side. But here's the thing, we don't want it to go to any random side. We want it to go to one specific side. And I'm going to put down a piece of polished granite next to it. And this is going to be the side that I want it to go to. So to make sure it doesn't go to the other sides, I'm going to put buttons there. Get out of here, guys. Come on, I'm working here. So yeah, we'll just put a button on all 3 other sides to make sure that the glow lichen doesn't spread that way. Now, if I bone meal this, it is going to spread to that side every single time, guaranteed. We'll just do this a couple times to kind of prove that. Excellent. So now what we need is just a simple way to tick this dispenser over and over to bone meal the glow lichen that's on the front to get it to spread. And to do that, we're going to use a very simple little observer clock. So I'm going to put 1 observer right there facing the dispenser. And then we're going to put a sticky piston in the ground with another observer on top of it facing the other way. So when these 2 observers are facing each other, they're just going to constantly tick back and forth over and over and over. And this one will send a signal into the dispenser, causing it to dispense very rapidly. And now we just need a way to trigger the piston on the bottom there. So let's put a lever right there. And now when we flick that lever, the observer will go up and you can see it's ticking over and over and over again. Now, what's really cool about glow lichen, and I wish more stuff is like this, even though the dispenser is ticking over and over and over, if the glow lichen can't spread, the bone meal doesn't get consumed. So we're not sitting here wasting bone meal waiting for us to shear it. It's only going to get used if it can actually spread. And so now you just sit here and just constantly use shears where it's going to spread to and just reap in tons and tons of glow lichen. So very quick, very simple farm to put together, very easy to make, and you're going to get 1 glow lichen for every single bone meal that you use. So let me just go ahead and get maybe half a stack. I'm not going to go crazy with this stuff. Yeah, that's good for now. And I'm just going to go spread some glow lichen around, and this is just going to be to help expand the radius beyond our little pathway here where mobs won't spawn. And so I'm going to try to put it kind of in the corners like this, kind of hide it from view from like my observation deck up there. Oh, come on. Seriously? Get out of here, man. Do you know how many Endermen I have killed? You mean nothing to me. So yeah, just throw some glow lichen around. Try to increase the area where mobs won't be spawning around our base. So yeah, check out how different this area looks now. So we've got, I think, 4 different sources of lighting. We've got our lanterns along our new pathway. We've got this amazing looking lava fall. We've got some buried torches in the ground with some slabs on top of them so you don't even know that they're there. We've got our floating campfires out in front of our giant pulley wheel over there, and then I just went ahead and spread some glow lichen around the rest of the cave so that it's lit up a little bit and should hopefully block a lot more spawns, but it's not like in your face lighting. So this looks really, really good. I'm gonna go see how it looks from our storage room up there. So let's take a look now. Look at that beautiful cave down there. That looks so much better. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. You know, maybe I should have moved that glow lichen farm back a little bit further so you can't see it from here. It's a small enough farm. I may just go ahead and do that. It takes like 10 seconds to break down and move. But yeah, I am really happy with this. So there you go, a bunch of different lighting techniques for you to use in your caves to light them up and make them look really, really nice. So that's gonna wrap things up for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Big shout out to my patron, the Rabid Donkey. Really, really appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button, and while you're down there, feel free to subscribe so you'll get notified of future episodes as they come out. Thanks y'all, and have a great day.